You already know what it's going to be. It's going down in a few more seconds. Valencia Real Podcast. Let's go.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Dr. Mike, and it's almost that time to get real, raw, and relatable. Looking forward to talking to y'all soon. Peace.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Terrence. Welcome back to another season of Relentlessly Real Podcast. So excited to have you all back. We got a lot of great stuff. Check us out.
You're now listening to The Real.
Man, I appreciate them dudes for talking about
The Raw.
Wait, they were talking about
The Relatable.
That's exactly what I've been going through.
The Relentlessly Real Podcast.
Well, hello. Welcome.
What up?
Yeah. Yes. We are here. We are here yet again. Welcome to the Relentlessly Real Podcast, where we discuss real, raw, and relatable topics. Woo, I couldn't get through that sentence at all. Real, raw, and relatable topics. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our podcast today. Let's kick this off with some introductions. My name is John.
And I'll be Terrence something today.
Terrence something. Right. Is that based off of last week's episode in which we could not figure out what Jane, whatever her last name was, person. Yeah, we couldn't figure it out at all. So
now I know it's Jane Elliott.
It's Jane. Okay, so you did remember it. I mean, we did have to look her up again.
No, I didn't today. Now it's probably cemented now at this point.
It should be. So listen, guys. 4th of July just took place 2 days ago.
You mean what? I'm sorry.
4th of July. You know what I'm talking about?
National Black Cookout Day, right?
No. I'm saying 4th of July. You know, 4th of July is when we like celebrate the democracy and
no. National Black Cookout Day. We don't talk about that no more. The National Black Cookout Day. That's what it is.
National Black Cookout Day. Welcome. I actually had to get on my sister. I was like, I haven't seen you on my podcast. I don't know what's going on here, but you're my sibling, and we don't do that, right? So we had to call her out a little bit before that.
Don't you disrespect Khalida?
Whoa.
We already said that she's our favorite Jones. So
these Negroes here, man, they just say anything out their mouth, don't they? So the bottom line is this: I guess we don't celebrate the 4th of July, like I thought we did, and that's weird because 4th of July just took place on the 4th of July 2 days ago, and I don't know why you would think differently than that.
It's not important no more.
So you think because we celebrate Juneteenth, we don't no longer need to celebrate 4th of July?
Listen, people could do whatever you want. As for me in my house, I don't.
You want to serve the Lord? That's what that doesn't.
I don't care about 4th of July anymore. Like my energy.
I don't feel like we're doing anything but like, all right, we want to turn all the way up on Juneteenth, and then 4th of July, we like, no, we not doing nothing.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
From now on, at 4th of July.
It's fair, Terrence. It's fair. And I actually saw Terrence on the 4th of July. We saw each other. My best friend forever, LaJonica Green, turned 30-something. 35, first of all.
35.
But I wasn't going to even say her age. I was like 30-something. I was going to let her live and not even say her age. But 30, she looks 20-something. I mean, period, right? So my friend turned 30-something. And we were hanging out, drinking, having a good time, celebrating her. So anyway, guys, I have a question of the day for you, and I'm excited about. I have a couple of them actually, and it's actually some really, really good ones. I'm hoping that more people hop on the podcast to kind of like help this question like really float. So if you can share, let people know we're live right now on the Relentlessly Real Podcast.
On your status, share it on your status.
Exactly. If you do that, that will help us a lot. But I wanted to ask this question because I saw the Essence Festival happened, I guess over the weekend, and I wanted to ask this question here, huh?
It's still a thing.
It's still a thing. They call it. What's funny is that they call it Auntie Con now. They call it Auntie Con. because there's a bunch of aunties
All the
out
aunties
there.
be there.
Yeah, it's auntie heavy out there. But I want to ask, what artist other than Lauryn Hill released only one album and is still relevant today?
Jesus.
What artist other than Lauryn Hill
that released one album
released only one album, literally only one album, and is still relevant today?
I don't think there's anybody else to ever release just one album, is it?
There are more people that have released only one album. I actually had to look this up because I was like, I don't know of anyone other than Lauryn Hill, but apparently there's a bunch of people. Young Marble Giants is one of them. I don't know who that is. Life Without Buildings. I don't know who that is.
Nope.
The Unicorns.
Nope.
Skip Spence. Rights of Spring.
Nope.
The LAs or the Laws. The Monks.
You're getting more irrelevant as you keep naming these names.
I only have a couple more. Sex Pistols. And
now that
I've seen Jeff Buckley a couple times. Jeff Buckley.
Live? You saw him live?
No. I've seen his name appear in my Google search. I've seen his name appear in my Google search multiple times. And then I saw only Lauryn Hill. I was like, I'm amazed.
So Lauryn Hill, I think Lauryn Hill, that's it was the first rap album to win Album of the Year as a Grammy.
Yeah.
To win Album of the Year. First rap album.
I'm just saying. I'm the reason I brought this up is because at Essence Festival she performed, and they were surprised that she was on time because that's a big thing. If you've never seen obviously Lauryn Hill, you know she's never on time ever. But my point in bringing it up was like, man, I'm like, yo, I don't know any other artist that has had this longevity of like, yo, I'm an artist.
Why I'm disappointed.
What do you mean disappointed?
I'm disappointed in her. Like it's
in her.
Yes, because she gave us that. And didn't give anything else.
Terrence, I don't agree with that. Why
so
would
you don't
that?
think that? So wait a minute.
I don't need another album from Lauryn Hill. I don't need.
Yes, well, not now. Not now.
No, definitely not now. I feel like you know what's funny about. Okay, I'm excited about this conversation. What's funny about people like that, like Lauryn Hill, for instance, if they release another album and it's trash, we're gonna be like judging them for the rest of their career, right?
For sure.
So it's like they waited too long to like release another album. Like if she had released another album like a year after she released the first album, we would probably be like, all right, it's all good, it's cool, it's whatever. But because she released another album like 10, 15, 20 years later, it hit differently. So I agree with Khalida. We don't need another album from Lauryn Hill at this point. At this point, she's done.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I was actually on music today, like listening, like looking at new music. And Lloyd Banks dropped a song this week.
Did he?
Yes. Just like, sir.
And you know what's interesting about Lloyd, like not Lloyd Banks, but just general how music is released. Nobody knows or cares when music is released anymore. Like it's not like this big anticipation about music.
Unless you're Beyonce and Drake.
Exactly. So, okay. Nafisa said, Sade, yeah, waited long and it was still dope. Let me tell you something about Sade. I went to a live performance of hers and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there like I had no clue. Sade was like, yo, she go hard. Like she be doing her thing.
Yeah. Sade, I mean, she's one of those people who she has such a cult following.
Yeah. Like they don't care about how irrelevant she is. They're gonna keep following her no matter what.
Chris Brown dropped the album.
He did.
Chris Brown dropped the album. Yep.
I actually liked the Chris. Okay, so I listened to the Chris Brown album, and it was actually really good. Not like very, very good. Let me say it wasn't amazing. It was good enough that you should listen to it at least once.
Yeah. First of all, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Chris Brown. Like, you know, it's just so. And I will say this, and I know people, I'm about to get like hated. He's not. His music didn't do anything for me, but I understand. He's what people either you like his style or you just don't. But even if you don't like his style, you can't say he's not talented. And that's kind of where I'm with Chris Brown. Like I'm not necessarily like, oh my God, I gotta get the new Chris Brown. He like it's for me, makes sense, but
Mhm.
I get the pull with Chris Brown, you know.
Oh, Chris Brown is he's box office.
He's box every
He's
time.
box office. And what I will say additionally to that is that there was talk about him and Usher, and we'll talk about Usher later. But there was talk about him and Usher doing like we talked about last week, them doing the verses, and I'm like, that's a good verses. I would watch. Let me tell you something. I haven't watched no verses as of yet, but that is one verses that I would watch.
I've never watched anyone full all the way through. I would watch that. So, real talk. Remember back in the day when people used to like do merge like joint albums? If Chris Brown and Usher was to do an album, do you understand? Do you understand? Like if they were to do an album and then go on tour, like I want royalties just because I dropped the idea, like you know.
No, they won't give you that, but I agree that it would be a phenomenal idea. I would love to see that happen. I don't think it would, but I would love to see it happen.
No one was talking about the Jay-Z and R. Kelly album when that joint dropped, how it was like the entire summer, the entire year.
It was a bop. It was a bop.
Yeah.
And the bottom, I mean, they stopped working together even went throughout that whole situation. But the bottom line is, two talented artists working together is always a good thing, in my opinion. Yes. I'm always excited to see something like that happen in space. So, like, yes, of course, Chris Brown, Usher, would love to see it. Again, I want to stress there's no one we have to give. I think we have to give Lauryn Hill her flowers, though, that she made such a phenomenal album that she never had to make another album that was ever good enough. Like I can understand, and let me say this, I can understand the angst of her saying, I will not make another album because if I make another album at this point, because it's such a good first album, it might look negatively upon, or might, be a negative light. You know what I'm saying? Upon my next album. So I wouldn't do it.
There are a lot of people. I remember looking at that like apparently. So I've been trying to finish the Kanye documentary. Apparently, his first album is still none of his music albums or music he sold
had succeeded that first album.
Succeeded his first album.
Yeah.
Like, and if you the documentary, I'm not doing my next and chill. I stand by like what he had to go through to make that album. To drop that album and what he had to do is it almost, and I hate Kanye as a person, but it almost made me, I hate him as a person. He's a dick. But it almost made me like watching this I really respected him like immediately. Like, and I haven't even finished the documentary. I'm like,
a lot of people had that commentary after watching that documentary though. Like a lot of people
really well made.
Felt like really like, yo, like Kanye's that guy. Like legit, and had been overlooked for so long. After that documentary, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I agree with that, T. But what I will say is, I still stand by my first statement. Lauryn Hill deserves her flowers.
Yeah, I agree
because she released an album that is so fermented in the world of like music that she has made a career for 20 years off of one freaking album.
Yeah, man.
People still care, and people will sell out shows for a Lauryn Hill's album of over 20 years ago. I mean, so yeah, I would, Nafisa, I would definitely say check out the documentary. I'm not gonna say I didn't check out the whole thing. So let me before I even act like I didn't check out the whole thing. I checked out the first couple episodes.
That's an hour and a half each episode. Like
it was too long. I don't have that kind of time. That's a too long of a time to give. So here's my second question: women, what would you do if this happened to y'all?
Never take public transportation ever again.
What is happening?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's laying on the ground up under her.
Julio is going on.
And just looking at her holding himself.
You good?
And she said, "Are you good?" And he's licking his lips.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Pulled his dreads. Yes. Check me out. I just gotta know, women. I gotta know. What do you do? Oh, he has the dreads in his. I didn't even know he did this.
Oh, no.
He has the dreads in his teeth. Clench down, boo.
No.
You about to get this loving. You feel what I'm saying?
Does that count as shooting his shot? Is he shooting his shot? Is that count?
If he is not shooting his shot, I don't have no idea what he's doing. He is letting her know it's time to go. Well, you're the next stop. I'm going with you. Okay. And so I had to ask myself when I saw that video, I actually had to stop watching it because it was so cringeworthy that I was like, I feel for the woman.
He looked like Coolio. He looks just like Coolio.
He did like Coolio. He is sliding on the floor like all the way over to her, like yo.
Can we like, fellas? Can we just stop? Like,
we gotta stop. We gotta stop. And honestly, I know there was another man on that train that was like, bro, get up. Don't do this. Don't do this to us. We've come far for you to literally be a worm on the ground underneath this woman. It's just
that's the best thing you can think of to do. Like I'm gonna kill the game right now. I'm gonna make sure I get her attention. Like
you got her attention, but in a worse way. But what I will say about this, I'm sorry. What I will say about this is this: women got to be careful how they react to this because honestly, and I hate to say it, a lot of people been dying, like or getting beat up by their lack of response of men that have clearly like low self-esteem issues, not being like, yo, they literally are like attacking women when they don't respond the way that they want, like favorably. You know what I mean?
He
like,
looks like the type. Like you have to run. Like
yeah.
You like, and that's the only thing I always feel bad, like especially somebody who has a daughter. Like, like it's just
it's hard to watch.
It's difficult because like I want people to shoot this shot and be confident, but like just don't be weird, bro. Like,
you don't gotta be weird. You don't gotta be weird. And that to me is what the biggest issue I had with it. I was like, yo, I don't know what I would do if I was y'all. As a woman, I'm like, yo, that's tough. Like, do you laugh that off and be like, ha ha ha, please get up? Or do you be like, yo, get the F up, bro? Like you're weirding me out and I'm not comfortable. You know, which spectrum?
I'm calling police.
You calling the police?
I'm calling police.
Okay.
If I was on that train, I would call the police in general and be like, you need to be here.
Yeah, that's true. My sister says this is part of why she shares her location with me. And I mean, I don't know. Now, I will say she's in Connecticut, so it's going to take me 6 hours to get there. I will get there. I will get 6 hours late. But yeah, I do say call the police first before anything else. This is my other last question today. I had a bunch today. This is a really, really good one, and I'm excited to share this one with you guys. Here we go. This is what he says.
In my humble opinion, Drake is the only artist that you can do this with. Let's say you are given the responsibility of making a playlist for a party that's going to last for at least 2.5 hours long. But there's one catch. You can only play one artist. Who do you play? I'm not asking who's your favorite artist. I'm not asking who you think's the most iconic. I'm saying this is a beach or a club or a really big house party, and you are in charge of making sure that the most amount of people have fun. It's Drizzy. It's Drake. He's the only one that's going to give you hits and all the vibes. You just want to turn up? I was running through the 6 with my anthem songs that everyone can chant. Started from the bottom, now we here. Ever since I left the city, I need a one dance. You want chill R&B vibes for the people who just want to be away from the crowd in the corner with their drink? I've been down so long, it look like up to me. They look up to me. And you're trying to make me feel away on purpose.
So the bottom line question is this. You got to do a 2.5 hour party. What one artist would you choose to play for 2.5 hours that you would not get sick of?
Weird Al Yankovic.
What? What did you just... Don't curse at me. What did you just say?
Weird Al Yankovic.
I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So honestly, it's
Is it Drake?
It's Drake.
Is it Drake? I was like, I have to agree with this guy because Drake is the most versatile person that can fill any kind of void.
Is there any female artist? The only person I can think about might be Rihanna.
But Rihanna ain't had music in like 5 years,
and that's the sad. But that's the sad thing. But what I'm saying is, I don't think there's anybody else besides Drake. To be honest, like I 100% agree with this guy.
And that's why I wanted to ask the podcast community. I was like, yo, do y'all agree? Is there only one person? Somebody, Nafisa says Beyonce for sure.
You're not gonna get guys. So Beyonce, like I get that, but you won't get guys. Like
that's true.
Like you'll get a lot of females, and even if you get a lot of guys who like Beyonce, listen to Beyonce, but you can't run a whole 2-hour party.
Michael Jackson. That's a good point. Michael Jackson might be.
Who's
Michael Jackson.
Who's the party for though?
Not 20 and under. That's for sure.
Definitely. It ain't even for 30 and under, to be honest.
Right.
This is a 40 up. 40 up. And even then I'm like, I
actually think I would like Jay-Z for a 2-hour jump. I would. I ain't gonna hold you. I would like Jay. I'll put Jay in the running right toe to toe with Drake. I'll put Drake.
It's just Drake. Because his repertoire is so versatile.
It is, but it's only because he likes to do that reggae switch up singing and then rap all over and then turn up and then do an anthem.
You not gonna use Ray J?
Okay, so we're just clearly not trying to
Wait a minute drops. If Wait a Minute drops.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's funny. I mean, the bottom line is I agree that Drake would work for versatility, but Drake, I think Drake is the bottom line. Like I don't know if I hate to say it because I actually really like Drake. Now, the last album that Drake put out, I don't know. It wasn't good. But
the thing is, depending on who's at the party, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna be like at least 1 or 2 songs off that joint. They're still gonna be like, oh yeah, play that joint, like
Yeah. I agree. So as you guys know, we always do the next flick and chill, and this time, we're gonna have T drop some knowledge about what is the next flick we should check out in the coming days. What'd you say, T?
Well, especially before at least I've been trying to talk about the joint for a while, but 2022 as far as in the movie theaters has been utter garbage. I just want to say that it's been trash. Nothing in the movie theaters has been worthwhile to spend $18. I happened to check this movie out. And I can easily say it is without a doubt the best movie that has come out this year. And I was actually shocked at how good this movie is. So Top Gun Maverick, I will, if you have not seen it, if you have not seen the original, I haven't seen the original in years. I actually skimmed through it. You could actually find a YouTube video to kind of summarize the first one. And that's actually what I did because I wasn't watching the first one again. I tried it and I thought the first one was like, okay, this movie is overrated. And so I went to go see this Top Gun, this movie, like a week and a half ago, whatever it was. And people kept saying it was really good. I'm like, you capping. And I really only wanted to see it because Lawrence from Insecure was in it, and he has a major role in this movie. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to go see it.
His name's not Lawrence, though. What's his
name? His name is Lawrence. Listen, his name is Lawrence. I am telling you all, this is a very well-made movie. You could take anybody to go see this movie if you've never seen the original. If you don't like Tom Cruise,
thank you, Jay Ellis.
His name is Lawrence.
Okay,
his name is Lawrence. He's Lawrence. All right, until he does something that's like he's Lawrence. This movie was really, really good. From the story, from the use of real aircrafts, from the use of not really using a whole bunch of special effects. The movie has a lot of heart into it. The sound quality, the production, the acting, it's just a really good movie. It is the only movie and I've seen a lot of movies this year. It's the only movie this year I think is even worthy of seeing on television. Everything else I would wait for it to come on TV.
On movie.
It's the only movie. Yeah, it's the only movie I would worth to see it in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
So I will stand by this. I know I have in the next click or chill in a heartbeat because everything I would have seen, I would tell you just skip it. Just don't even go see it. Don't even waste your time. And that includes the Jurassic Park movie. This by far is the best movie of 2022, and it's not even close. I would go see it again. I can't wait for it to come out on DVD because I'm going to buy it.
Did you see the Kevin Hart movie?
I saw the Kevin Hart movie on Netflix.
It was garbage.
It's yes. This is. I mean, it was okay. It's okay.
No, it was bad. I saw it. It was bad.
Okay.
And I like Kevin Hart. It was bad.
I like Kevin Hart too. You know what's so funny with the Kevin Hart movie? But in my opinion, that to me, he's been shining in those movies like that versus his like stand up. Like that's why I said like even the Kevin movie. I understand it being like it's not what I expected like at all. I think the budget was horrible, but nah. So if you're looking for something to see this weekend, if you thought 4th of July, or if you celebrate 4th of July. If it's still in theaters, I'm telling you, definitely go see Top Gun. You will not be disappointed at all. It's a really good movie.
I'm waiting for it to be on, I don't know.
If
TV,
it comes on HBO, whatever, well, it's
DVD.
Paramount. It might be on Paramount Plus. I think it's Columbia Paramount. So it's worth seeing.
I need that. I need it to come on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I am like horrified by the world at this point. A Texas man is sentenced to 10 years in prison for having sex with a horse and sexually assaulting others.
This is a thing, though.
Whoa. Is that a Baltimore? Never mind. I'm not even going to say.
I'm
not even going to say Baltimore thing. Is it a thing?
Yourself.
Where? Where's it?
So apparently, I'm very frightened by it. But apparently, there is a big thing about. I've never seen a man. So that's. I mean, I'm grotesque about anything with horses in general. This is my first seen anything about a guy, like at all. But apparently, having intercourse with horses is a popular thing that is occurring, unfortunately. And I don't know why. If you are, if you're feeling bored, you don't believe me, just Google it.
I don't want to Google that.
Google it. You will be mortified. You will be absolutely mortified, and you'll find yourself realizing what the hell is going on.
Well, a Texas man who admitted to having sex with a horse and sexually assaulting several others has been jailed for a decade. Jean Marie Bugama, 24, was convicted on Wednesday after pleading guilty to bestiality, KSAT reported. The sick acts occurred at a San Antonio, I guess
that's where it happens at.
Yeah, boarding facility on at least 3 occasions between June 2020 and February 2021. In the first instance, Bugama was caught on surveillance camera walking through the stables naked, according to an arrest affidavit. The owner noticed soon after that 2 of his horses were injured, and a vet later determined the animals had been sexually assaulted. Authorities said Bugama went to the stables again, had sex with one of the horses. 2 other horses had also been horrible. I'm sorry.
So they're not winning the Preakness.
It's ridiculous. Okay,
they're not winning the Preakness.
which meant their legs were bound together. When the owner caught Bugama back at the stable in February last year, authorities obtained a warrant that determined DNA taken from one of the horses matched that of the suspect.
Oh, God.
So it's getting weirder, not even weird. It's getting weirder out here in these mean streets of USA, where people are deciding to have sex with horses.
John, this should have been the Earth is Ghetto.
I actually thought it was going to be that.
This is one of those moments where, like, I'm not asking you, God, to like drop a meteor on planet Earth and have Armageddon. But if it happened,
I wouldn't be mad at God.
I'm not shocked at all. Like,
no, he's sick of it. It's disgusting. Like, legit. When I saw the story, I was like, not horses, bro. Horses?
So did he get the 10 years for the horses or for the assault? I just have questions. Was it the horse or was it the assaulting other people?
It said bestiality, Terrence. I mean, what do you need to differentiate? Like,
I'm just saying, but like, I just have.
You have questions at the same
I do have questions.
Yeah, okay, you're wild, bro. That's wild to me. I just couldn't understand it. So, yes, that man gets 10 years in prison for having sex with a horse. I don't have no comments. I don't understand why you need to do that.
Even dropping that, like, I don't even understand.
Well, I felt like we need to know what's going on in the world today, but maybe not. Honestly, I'm not even.
I can't even buy horses right now. All right.
Okay, so as Terrence was saying earlier in the podcast, it's not about 4th of July anymore. Like, we're not on that. But what I will say is that I've learned that people don't seem to know how dangerous it is to do fireworks in their driveway.
Can I correct something real quick? Because I have a feeling before you even show this video, let me tell you who needs to stay far away from fireworks.
Who?
If you are an African American, black skin in America, don't touch another goddamn firework. I have seen so many videos of us doing stuff with fireworks, and I don't understand. Leave the fireworks for other people.
Okay.
Don't touch a firework.
Okay, Terrence had a PSA.
Just want to say that out loud.
A PSA announcement right there. I don't know where that came from, but here we go. Seems normal. Yep.
We don't even care about the nice car. We don't even care. Like we only do something that makes sense. I was like, just why?
I don't get it. And actually, what's amazing is that what's even surprising. I didn't even know stuff like this existed or even was created in the I don't know, fireworks world. But this took place. I don't even know what part of the area this was in. Florida. But look at this. Look at this right here, T.
They're just fucking shooting at people. What the fuck?
They're shooting fireworks at people.
What the fuck, dude?
Like literally shooting.
Are you guys okay?
He's gonna yell out, "Are y'all okay?" No, they're not.
Holy fucking shit! That was.
And then they come back around in a second, guys.
Wow.
There it
Look
is.
at this. Look at this. What the fuck? There's another one. Fuck. Dude, that guy's right there.
Yeah. It's a real thing. People are shooting fireworks at people. And then I want to just end right here with this segment of fireworks shooting. I want to do one more. If I could pull this one up. I don't know if it's going to come up or not. But I want to pull one more of it won't come up. Oh, T, I don't know. But it was one guy that was like shooting fireworks in his house. And I was just like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I saw one with the guy on his bed with the
I have it, T. Oh my. It's great. And it's gold. I was like, yo, what were you thinking doing this at your house?
Firework in your house.
Here we go. Inside the house. Here we go. It's the screaming. I've got to go back. It's great.
Mom! Don't call your mom. Don't call your mom now.
No. Oh my God, it's a fire. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's not. What the fuck is you doing? I didn't know. I thought. Oh my God. Stop. Turn that stream on. I didn't. Oh my God, this is on fire.
Yo, I am freaking crying. You hear me?
If you are an African American, don't touch another goddamn firework. Do you understand? Stop it.
See, that thing had me cracking up for so long. I laughed too hard. I mean, seriously, I was cracking up, dying laughing. The boy screaming so loud, like he didn't think the firework.
You have to get out of my house. Like seriously, if Jocelyn Like if she just all of a sudden you just heard these. What do you do? Like, what do you do?
Don't even joke with me like that. Jocelyn,
Like,
for who may
you
not
gotta get
know, is my
out.
daughter.
You gotta get out. Like,
what?
But I'm only 7. I don't care if you are 7.
You got to leave. Take your stuff. Pack your bags. I don't know who you're gonna live with. This is your problem now.
Go live with your grandparents. Because obviously, like, I'm not moving another child into your room. Like,
I was cracking up, man. That thing had me. I'm serious. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not. This ain't for the show. I was laughing heartily. I'm talking about like couldn't breathe because the man was screaming so loud. You know he was scared. He was terrified. He didn't know what was gonna happen next. And I'm like, why you light fireworks in your house, bro?
It doesn't even make any sense. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like,
it was beautiful. I laughed very hard. So, T, I have a question for you. I got a question. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. And I got a question for everybody that's listening, but I got a question for T. T, what was Usher doing at 7:00?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, go ahead.
He's a drop top cruising the street.
There it is. It's 7:00. I'm in the drop top cruising the streets. All right. Yes. Yo, if you don't, I don't know where, guys, in all seriousness, go right like after this episode, go to
if you haven't seen it, you're under a rock.
Go to YouTube and check out the NPR Usher man.
That was it in DC? Was it in DC?
Yes, NPR. I'm like, bro, I'm sitting here. I was like, yo, I don't know what Usher is another level. He's on another level.
Bruh.
I didn't give him it.
We needed this after the Ray J.
Oh
and
my God.
we needed like somebody.
The Earth, the planet Earth needed it. The whole planet needed this. And you're right, T. Usher came with all his wonderful ability, and that man sang. And I'm not gonna hold you. I'm guys. I'm not a homosexual man, but I looked at this man. I said, I get it. I get why women are looking at him like he's that nigga. I'm like, yo, that man was sitting there smiling. I was like, I don't know. I get it. I get it. Honestly, that man singing and smiling the whole time.
The funny thing is, has he dropped a better album than Confessions? I don't think he's dropped a better album than Confessions.
No. Confessions was the very best album he's ever had.
And I'm trying to think, honestly, like I know I hate it to keep getting back to music.
No, I don't. Ho. You do not hate it because you have a co-host that's with you that loves music.
I know it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a better R&B album than Confessions.
There's not.
Because 12 Play, we can't listen to it anymore. The guy's freaking. He's
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that
exactly.
is. I don't
know if there's a better R&B album than Confessions. And it's like 20 years old.
I agree with you. Confessions is a very phenomenal album. And I will say this. I was late to the game. I just today listened to the Usher NPR performance, and I was like, I mean, my heart was like, yo, this man here. I mean, I just was amazed. I mean,
it's fire.
And I'm like, I'm a musician. I'm like, yo, it's the horns, it's the keyboard, it's the bass, it's the collaboration of all the things at the same time. And
he should have dropped the album like right. He should have if he has new music right now. He should have dropped it like the week right now.
He don't need no music. He's good. He don't need that. He don't need that. He has artists under him.
Is he done now with? Because doesn't he have like a thing in Vegas? Isn't that like where you?
He has a residency in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to say publicly because I guess I don't know what I was thinking because I was like joking around about how I don't want to see Usher fall off and do a whole residency in Vegas, so I wouldn't go see him. This NPR changed my whole life about what I thought about Usher, and I guess I don't want to be hyperbole because obviously Ray J influenced this a little bit too because I wasn't ready for Ray J to do what he did prior to Usher, right? And I wasn't ready for all that, but man, let me tell y'all, check out Usher's NPR Tiny Desk concert. It is a classic. And so if you guys don't know, he had trending like he had a trending like watch this theme that kind of happened after that whole NPR situation, and I want to share that with y'all because it was just so good. And so here's some of that. So me walking in the church, I'm not trying to be here all day, and that's the Holy Spirit right there, just doing that. And I thought, I was like, yo, and then so it was like it was a whole trending thing.
Oh, yeah, it's going super viral.
No, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone super viral.
It's just, and I don't even know if he thought it was gonna be that big, but it was
absolutely not. I would dare not say that he had no clue that was gonna be this big.
I know the young folk are like, who is this? Who's Usher?
I will slap them in their mouth. And so here it is right here. When they say uno, but you gotta draw 4 for the A. Watch this, right? Beyonce, you can't break my soul. American politics every day since the song dropped. Watch this. I'm black. I don't need sunscreen. The sun. Watch this. I'm gonna use my pay to treat myself this month. My car. Watch this. You can't just ignore your student loans and hope they go away. Me. Watch this. Jesus, when they ran out of wine at the wedding. Watch this. Principal, please hold the applause until we get through every name. Black parents at the graduation.
Wait, pause. Before you even get that far, Trump's not going to win this presidential election. Watch this. They're not going to overturn Roe. They're not going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Watch this. Watch this.
It fits everything. Like
it does.
It fits everything.
And listen, they faithfully say this every time we at a daggone ceremony. Please hold the applause until we get through every name. Black parents at the graduation. Watch this. Right? I'm glad you're not crazy like other women. Watch this. My little cousin, before she shows me, she jumped and spin at the same time. Watch this. Me, a little diary won't hurt my stomach. Oh, no, I'm sorry. A little dairy won't work. Watch this. My stomach. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. But that was, it was trending heavily, y'all.
It was so good. It was so
all
good.
week long, and it had me cracking all the way up.
It's so good.
The idea, and then obviously the whole, watch this was just great. It was awesome. Great. So this idea so Usher killed his performance, and I was so proud to be an Usher, bandwagon person, right?
Listen, I said it last week, man. People like you could like Chris Brown. I just think Usher is better. You could punch me in the face if you want. I remember like every now and then, like I'm chilling in my basement, I smoke hookah, and I just like watch music videos and vibe out. And I put up what's the joint with Chris Brown and Usher? I know they got 2 joints, not the one with Rick Ross, but the other one with Usher. I
was about to say you got the wrong person. I
don't forget to collaborate. Somebody help me out. This is watching the one with Chris Brown and Usher.
Let me see.
Oh, I hate it, but not the one with Rick Ross, not the other one. And
New Flame? That's Rick Ross.
That's the one with Rick Ross. Whatever the other one is.
Yeah, I don't know what that. All Falls Down? Is it that? A Party?
Party.
Okay.
So Party. So I've seen. So I didn't see that video till this year. And Chris Brown is known for dancing, whatever, blah blah. Chris Brown's just talented. I watched this video. I'm like, yo, Usher did better than Chris Brown in this video. Like the song. And the dancing, I'm like, yo, Usher. So, I want everybody who's in the audience, go back and watch this video and tell me if this was a battle, who won in that video, Chris Brown or Usher? Usher got it, man. Usher has it. Seriously, it's one of these where just like old, what do you say, like old school beats new food all day, like every day.
Yeah.
And like just Usher's just the way he just delivers it. Like it's like, to me, it's like even when he comes on second. Like Usher just, I don't know. I feel like he got it.
I learned that Usher has a certain level of comfort within himself that is unmatched.
Yeah.
I love that he doesn't feel threatened by nobody else. And he is not and let me be clear. I love Tank. but Tank will often say, "Oh, I'm the real R&B, this, that." He's always feel like I don't know why he feel like he has to like say it because he can really sing. He's a beast, but he always is like real R&B, whatever. Like Usher delivered an amazing performance, and he didn't have to give all that like, background beef type energy. Like, nah, I don't have to even fight for first because I already know I'm first. Like, I don't have to even say nothing. That was the energy I felt.
He got it.
And so, contrary to that energy was Ray J, who felt like he had to prove himself all week long.
We got it, Bobby V. Go ahead and break it down, and then I'm gonna follow you on the harmony. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I can't leave you alone. You know that song? Come on, man. I thought we was gonna do the harmony. You don't know the harmony.
Ray J.
Oh, you know the harmony? Yeah. You got me feeling.
That's not the harmony.
No.
I can't. Y'all know this. I can't leave you alone.
That would be the harmony. That would be the harmony.
Yeah.
You got me feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That's my note? Yeah. Ready? Mine is I can't. Yours is I can't leave you alone. That's what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
I can't leave you alone. No. Yes. My note is I. Your note is I leave you alone.
So you don't have to sit through much more of that. It was awful.
The apologetic tour Ray J has been on. So the one thing is, they say there's no publicity. Like all publicity is publicity.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Ray J, you've been in the limelight for 2 weeks now. Like honestly,
yes.
Like you gotta say at least if anything is coming.
He's relevant for like.
You're relevant right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was on Joe Budden talking about something. I just need to redeem myself. It's not gonna be on Versus. Oh, Ray J, we know it's not gonna be on Versus. We ain't gonna worry about that. We know that. He just said like I'll just sing live anywhere. Like just I just need to redeem. Yes, you do.
There's nothing that no. Okay, let me say this. Nobody before Versus thought that Ray J could sing. Nobody.
We didn't think he could not sing. That's the thing, John.
We didn't think nothing about it at all. He just further cemented what we actually never thought.
But the thing is, yes, but we didn't. Ray J, the most thing you were famous for going viral is shoving a you know what in Kim Kardashian. Let's just be very
period. That and the breaking of the glasses.
Yes,
the Raycon glasses that can never break. They're unbreakable.
But
and he broke, and he was like, "I don't care."
Yeah, it's just yeah.
So I'm saying the bottom line is nobody thought like Ray. Oh no. Nobody was sitting here like, nah, guys, seriously, Ray J can sing. Nobody was ever saying that. That's literally how they sing. Huh?
We weren't talking about him at all.
Exactly. So yes, they're talking about him, and I give you that. But it's not. Does it matter? No one cares. Ray J at the end of the day is one of those people that's just like, yo, I like the fact that people are caring enough about me to talk about me. Period. Whether it's good or bad, I don't care. They're talking about me. And that's the point. So, I mean, I'm just saying it was a rise and fall from basically Usher took us all the way there. And the next thing you know, it was all the way back down with Ray J. And so one of the final things I'm going to talk about today is the school board. This is something that Terrence said to me. School board director Jen Mason receives backlash after announcing sexual pleasure class to 9-year-olds.
Oh, yes.
So I don't even know why that would be a thing for 9-year-olds to have a sexual pleasure class, but Jamal Osborne, a Washington State school board director who owns a sex shop, is receiving backlash after announcing she will teach sex education classes for children as young as 9 on topics such as sexual anatomy for pleasure and safer sex practices for all kinds of sexual
No
activities.
child left behind.
Yeah, I know, right? The class for 9 to 12-year-olds is an introduction to topics related to relationships, puberty, bodies, and sexuality. We focus on what makes healthy versus unhealthy friendships and romantic relationships, the science of how puberty works, consent and personal boundaries, defining sex, and discussing why people may or may not choose to engage in sexual activities. Jen Mason, owner of Sex Shop, when Wink Wink shared. So actually, so here's the thing about this topic here. I actually don't think it's a bad idea to start talking about sex early. I just don't know how early we should be talking about sex.
I just don't want my chick. Hey, what are you taking today? Hey, London, what class are you taking today? Sexual pleasure 101. I'm sorry, come again? No, don't come. Oh, wait.
No,
what?
Don't come again. Yeah, come again. Go ahead and say it. No, I mean, I think we've asked this question 1,000 times on this podcast. But when is it appropriate time to have the conversation about sex?
It's not 9. It's not 12.
If they're if they're having sex
at 9,
if they're having sex at 12, 13, 14.
If you're having
you work at a school and you know it's true that they have it, why would you not arm them at the age of 9 and 10 with the proper information to have safe sex?
It is not. How do I observe this lesson? Like, as an administrator, I'm going to watch observation. Like, what am I observing? I don't. This should not be anybody's curriculum.
I don't know, bro. I'm like, I actually think I'm not. It depends on what they're talking about, right? But I'm not against us talking about sexual education at an early age, and I actually think 9, maybe I would say as early as 10 years old, I would be okay with my daughter knowing about sex, considering that at age 13, 14, it's like cute to have had sex with somebody else.
Should they be in a class that talks about sexual pleasure?
As opposed to what?
They ain't gonna want to talk.
You think? Hold on. You think London want to talk to you about it? Because she sure as hell don't want to talk to you about it.
So I disagree, though. I actually think as far as parenting, why I think it's really important to form solid relationships with your kid, that the way they're comfortable to talk to you about it.
I'm sorry. I time out, T. You do not believe. Now I will see your son. I'll give you your son.
No. I know for
your daughter's not going to feel comfortable talking to you sex about.
I disagree. I think there are plenty of kids. I mean, just because in the realm that I'm in, with parents who have formed strong relationships with their kids that kind of have this, and a lot of that is just setting the tone that you need to be comfortable to talk to me about anything. And so a lot of that comes from not just saying that, but how you've reacted to them as them growing up about talking to you about different things. And so as a parent, how you react to your child talking about having difficult conversations sets the tone on whether they're willing to talk to you about these kind of things. I've seen it done well. I've seen it done horribly well.
I don't disagree. So I'm saying you're telling me your daughter comes to you and says, "Daddy, I like Derek at school." Okay, she's 8. How old is your daughter right now?
My daughter is my daughter is, she just turned 6. And
she's 6.
She just turned 6.
Okay.
And we've had to navigate, she don't know no better, conversation of her, such and such likes me. And I've had to find my way to realize, okay, before I flip out, because you're effing 6, you're flipping 6 years old.
Right.
I had to be mindful is that if the way we react to this as parents can set the tone or whether when it's a real thing, if she's going to be willing to talk to me about it. And so a lot of it is just reaction.
So I want to speak to that, T, because I actually really have a real-time example of that, and I agree with you. So my daughter, who is not 6, she's 4, she has said that some little boy at school like her, right? And so when she said it at home, or it was like this, it was just like, me and this person at school, but she didn't say she like him or whatever. Like, it wasn't, she didn't say it, but Javita ended up saying, oh, they like each other or whatever. And I'm like, so why you say that? I don't know, but right, like Javita kind of created that narrative, and I'm like, all right, I don't know. My bottom line saying that is that my daughter felt some sense of anxiousness about letting me know that she, I guess, likes or is cool with this person at school. You could tell she was uneasy about it, but she's 4. And I'm like, I have not told you, I have yet to say that I don't approve. I haven't said anything.
Yeah.
So to your point of what you're saying is like, I almost feel like women or my daughter of 4 years old has a preconceived notion that daddy's not gonna like this before she even tells daddy, is what I'm trying to say. How do you combat that?
So I said again, I think it's all about how we react to it. Like, and traditionally, men can be very uncomfortable. It's very difficult for us. And I always caution that if you don't navigate those conversations at an early age appropriately, they're gonna just hide it when they get older. And so it's kind of like normalizing having the challenging conversations with them about that type of concept and that type of topic, to where when they get older, oh yeah, I can talk to my parent about anything, whatever it is, makes sense. So it's just like, so it's a funny joke because I'm actually watching this. I was watching the show. If you've never seen it, shameless plug, Netflix and chill. Big Little Liars. You've seen it, Big Little Lies.
I've seen Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies. And remember the first season, the 16-year-old, 15-year-old girl, she was auctioning off her virginity for a worthy cause.
Mm-hmm.
And she hid it from her parents that she wanted to auction off her virginity, etc. And so I would just put myself in shoes. If your daughter is 14, 15 years old and she says, I'm about to auction off my virginity, whatever it is, like, you're going to flip out.
No.
You are going to flip out. Like,
no,
you're going to do what? You're going to record yourself on live, giving up your virginity, and you're taking donations for the world to see. And I'm like, I just couldn't imagine. But when I'm looking at that conversation from an educator lens, saying, I gotta cultivate this relationship with my child, that they are comfortable with these kind of topics, of how I'm going to react to it. And so before I lean into punish, because that's what we do. Give me your phone. Give me this. Give me that. Give me that. Because you won't give me that. Like, I'm taking this, I'm taking this away, etc. That's what we all do. And I guess the more evolved me is saying, I don't know if that's such a great thing to do. The better thing to do is at that moment to have the conversation. To like, and maybe even share your experience. Like, start sharing your experience. Like, hey, like I might have something to offer. Whatever it is. I wasn't a virgin when I got married, and let me explain. Like, this is what I kind of went through, and this is what I want you to think about, what you be worried about.
And at 6, though, T? At 6? She's 6.
Not at 6. No, but okay. I'm just saying in general. Like, it's just. But so what I'm worried about is, even when my daughter is saying things like, "Hey, I like this boy. Why do you like him?" Not saying you like some boy. You ain't liking nobody. You're 6 years old. God damn it. You're not doing like, no. It's just I gotta find a moment to be open to the conversation. Otherwise, it starts like that when she's 6. When she turns 11 and 12 in middle school, and she really does like that boy, she's not gonna tell you anything.
That's true. I appreciate this conversation, because I am so rigid, bro. Like, I'm very rigid when it comes to all these topics. Like, I'm very much so like, yo, I grew up rigid. You know what I mean? My parents was like, yo, shut up. You don't like nothing. I'm like, okay. And then you just kind of grow and realize, like, oh no, I actually do like it. And like, to your point and to your credit, you're like, you go out here, you wild out, you smash a bunch of jumps, and you're like, wow, I probably shouldn't have handled it that way. And I couldn't talk to my dad about it or my mom about it, because they basically made me feel like if I do these things, then I'm not, a good son, a good parent, a good this, a good that. So I guess to your point and to your credit, I agree with your rationale that we should not negatively like take hey, give me your phone, give me your this, give me that, right? But at the same time, I'm also like, how much of this am I authentically myself? Because who am I being if I'm being this other alter ego, this other person, right? Because I'm not myself no more. Because my normal self would be like, no, that's not okay. Take the phone, whatever. Well, who am I trying to be? Am I no longer authentically myself when I'm interacting with my kid? Because I'm trying to be so relatable. I'm trying to be relatable so that they don't hide things from me. I'm always there's a tension to me there.
For sure.
So
it's a good conversation.
I mean, it's just something that I think about. I agree with what your point is, that you got to be careful, because to even both Nafisa and Kalia's point, you do want to be the person to initiate the conversation of sex. You don't want the school to narrate that conversation for your kid, because
definitely not the school.
Who knows what they're going to say related to sex and sexual encounters, right?
For sure, especially if it's public school, because then we're bound by certain type of parameters.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
from my understanding, you can't public school can't even let me know or notify me if my child is homosexual or if they are
Yeah, we can't
gay
do
or if
that.
they none of those things can be notified to me as the parent, right?
No, it has to be something that's harmful for the child. If the child is in danger.
Yeah, yeah. So Darren says, I think the best way to do it is it's okay to be a bit rigid, but leave the door open for conversations to leave room for you to explain to them responsibility versus trying to act like it's all bad.
Yeah.
I hear that. I I don't know. What I'm learning about being a parent, and I feel like it's all on the job training. Like you're literally
It
building the plane
is.
as the plane is falling from the sky. You're building the plane.
It
But what
is.
I'm learning about it is that I have to like literally my thoughts and what I normally would do. I have to literally grab them before they come out of my mouth. Like I literally have to grab them and then be like, okay, don't say that. Because I'd be like, mother, what, like, you know what I mean? And I think, and what's funny is that when my daughter was kind of alluding to like liking somebody, everybody was looking at me to see my reaction. They were like, what's he gonna do when I react? When she says, oh, Jocelyn kind of likes this guy or this boy at school, what's daddy how he gonna respond? Everybody looking to watch to see, like, what's he gonna do now? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna react at all because I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm so scared to go left or right, truthfully, because I don't want to. I don't want to be like excommunicated. I don't like that life of don't tell your dad. I don't like that. I don't want that for my. I really,
and most girls do
truthfully,
not tell their dad,
and I don't want that. I really don't.
So it start. I'm saying. I'm just saying it starts. It really does start now, and I don't think I've even did a best job. Like I haven't even done a great job. Like even with London, just realizing like like these navigating those conversations. But I'm my biggest critic, realizing all right, I got to be a little bit more careful here because if I'm like that now when she's 5 and 6, just because like you're too young, you don't know what that means. And a part of it is also they also don't know what that means. So them liking somebody at 5 or 6 is just it doesn't have the same. They just see things on cartoons and see things on TV, and then they see somebody at school like, oh, I like him because he's my boyfriend. Like you don't really know at this age.
But what I don't like about that, which I hear and agree with you, T. But what I don't like about it is that because I don't get to have that separate parameter that you just stated is true, that it may be true, but my mind, I'm like, oh, you like him? Oh, so you want to be sexually laying down with this man? Like, you know what I mean? You go all the way there, and I know it's too soon. So you gotta almost like kind of grab a hold of your mind and your thought because you're like, all I know about with I like a person is the furthest way possible.
The extreme.
I don't know the like, oh, it's just like, oh no, like I like to build blocks with this boy at the at the school, like and play with magnets together. Like, you know what I mean? It's nothing more than that.
For sure.
So, T shared this one last video, and I want to share this with you guys before we hop off the podcast. But that was a great topic, T. Thank you for engaging with that one. But here's a quick video.
You all have to watch this. And John, here's my question to you.
Okay.
What would you do if one of your daughters, this is what she did to you, and just watch it and really just enjoy. Just enjoy.
Home from vacation to my mom handing me a birthday card for a birthday party.
Sorry.
That she tells me my second daughter was invited to, and tells me that my daughter is very excited. It's a frozen birthday party. She's been looking forward to it. So absolutely under no circumstances am I supposed to forget about this birthday party. Fine. I buy a gift. I show up to the birthday party. We walk in the door. I'm looking around. Everyone's looking at me a little funny, but it's not unusual that the parents don't know who I am, nor is it unusual that I don't know who they are, because I'm not the one who typically takes them to their after-school activities. I'm usually working, and their nannies will pick them up and drop them off. So I walk in, the host, again, looking at me a little funny, takes a gift, points us in the direction of the food, and tells us to help ourselves. Everyone is sitting outside. So we go over to the food. My daughter helps herself to some food. We go outside, and we're sitting down at a table. My daughter chooses to sit with me. I look over. There's a table full of little girls, and my daughter is sitting with me. So I ask her why she doesn't get up and go sit with her friend. She looks over at the table, looks back at me, and goes, "Oh, I don't know them." What? Sweetheart, That's the birthday girl. What do you mean you don't know her? You were invited to her birthday party. My daughter goes, no, I wasn't. I found a birthday card, a birthday invitation sitting on the floor in dance class, and I really like Elsa, and I wanted to go to the Frozen birthday party, so I took it home with me. I'm now sitting in a backyard eating food for a birthday party that my daughter was not invited to. Elsa immediately walks in, and my daughter jumps up and joins the other girls in doing all of the activities that have been set up for the birthday party. She's making the bracelets. She's participating in the story time.
Yeah.
I'm dying of mortification, and I'm trying to think of an exit strategy. Long story short, my daughter is in every single picture for this 3-year-old's birthday party that she was not invited to. So when you think you have a bad child, just remember that there's a little girl out there who hustled all of the adults in her life to take her to a birthday party she was not invited to.
I love it.
So
I love it.
I first watched that video. I just said, so the diabolical plan of this little child.
I like Elsa. I don't care nothing about none of that.
All the family members, I got invited to this birthday party. You got to take me. And all the while,
yeah,
she's sitting there. Oh, I wasn't invited. I just like Elsa.
I like Elsa.
Like,
and honestly, you gotta. As a parent, I'm like, at this point in my life, I'm like, you know what? I get it.
I'm a slow clap. I'm sorry. When I'm that parent that when we leave this party, I'm gonna look at Leonard like, yo, I like you.
Yeah.
Like you don't give up.
You don't care. And you don't mind. You clearly don't mind meeting new people because we're gonna meet some new people along the way. Apparently,
she may gave a damn, but she never gave up.
Yeah, just show up to different parties. I like it.
Like
you don't get no pushback from me.
She pushed in that joint like Tupac from Poetic Justice, cousin. like the audacity.
Yeah, like, I'm with it. Listen, I actually like that. I like that story a lot.
Yeah, it was that video had me cracking up laughing. And I remember I just slow clapped like, whoever your daughter is, she is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
She is a business.
She thinks different.
She thinks differently. She's
and now every time you're telling me I'm invited to a party, I'm gonna ask more questions. I'm be like,
from now on.
That's your actual real life friend that you support and love and cherish, and y'all are cool and talk to each other every day. Like I'm gonna ask a bunch of more questions.
I'm still not gonna believe her. She's gonna say yes, yes,
and you still can't go. And you still can't go, ho. For the last time you told me that I'm going off with you.
Do you stop eating the food?
No, I'm here now. I'm here. Yo, y'all potato salad is banging. Thank y'all so much for the invite. I'm here.
She's sitting in the back with this pool. She got the bathing suit on.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be at this party.
It's too late. There's no sense of me trying to hide. I'm here. Y'all know I'm not supposed to be here. I now know I'm not supposed to be here. I'm diving in the pool. I'm eating the potato salad. I'm living life.
It's great.
Bottom line.
It was great, man. It was great.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That was actually very funny. So guys, thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. This has been another episode of the Relentlessly Real Podcast where we discuss real, raw, and relatable content. You guys already know, man. Check out that Usher freaking video, man. It was awesome. That freaking NPR it was just awesome. Everything about it was great. And what I love most about it is that he changed everything about the sound of it. It was not like the previous Confessions album. It was like a jazz version with horns and everything. You go and love it. I promise you. If you guys can, take some time out of your day to just go ahead and hit the iTunes icon. Say, hey, man, I love the podcast. I love what these guys talk about. It's going to help our ratings, going to help us get a little bit higher on the podcast space. And we want to be able to obviously get and reach more people as much as we can every single week that we have the podcast. So please help us out by doing that. Anyway, my name is John.
And I want everybody to go back to about the 57 mark on this podcast. And you'll hear John mention something coming out of his mouth. And ever since he said it, I let him slide with it. I let him go with it.
I said that Usher is attractive.
No, you said what?
Yeah, I didn't say it.
I'm
okay.
Terrence. That's
I'm
it.
sorry. You tearing something? Are you tearing something?
I'm tearing something.
Thank you guys for checking out the podcast today. Good night.